if you look at the performance, overall performance of competitions worldwide, starting from the Olympics, the dynamics of athletics has completely changed. The method of training competition is totally different from what we normally do. You saw how Olympics went, especially countries now participating and winning medals, especially in the long distance when it comes to the United States. We have also the Britain in the 1500 meters. We have also Canada coming on board also. And many other countries that have completely transformed their training programs. It has completely changed. When you come now to the recently concluded 120, you find countries like Australia presenting a formidable team. Although they did not beat us, the number of athletes that reached the finals is amazing. In fact, it was the dominant nation as far as participation is concerned. You also saw China, of course, is a perennial teams that have also worked very hard. And then Ethiopia, who has never beaten us before, coming after losing big time during the Olympics. So you could see. And then when you analyze now, because I don't want to accuse anybody, you see the kind of athletes we have. They are very young, between 18 and 19 at most. They are very young. In comparison to the others, we are on the right track to ensure that the right athletes are participating during the championship. And that is the trend that we want. And we want any other country also to make sure that when we send athletes under 20, it must be under 20, so that they can also compete fairly with athletes from all other countries. So you could see the difference. South Africa sprints. One athlete wins 2 gold medals, just one. and you see, running so well and beating us, just because of one athlete. As a country, we need to look at it differently. We have focused mainly on the fact that we have always been doing well. But the problem that we are facing, which I have already always mentioned, is the fact that we only talk about the medals. We want to win the medals, which we have not sown. It's like now you want to harvest for something you have not invested in. We demand results from the athletes. We demand results from the coaches. We demand results from the Athletes Kenya. But then when you look at the overall performance vis-a-vis the input, it does not match because the athletes don't get enough resources that they need to develop and to evolve like other countries. So we need resources from the government. We need infrastructure that the athletes will use. The stadiums that are being constructed now will in the future really help these athletes. And that's why the government is doing the right thing at the moment to ensure that coming to the future, going to the future, then we have now a chance to demand from our athletes. Yes, the government has given you ABCD, the coaches have done ABCD, government or sponsors have contributed to this and that, so that what we are asking you is nothing other than the results. But it cannot be the other way around, that we demand from athletes results that the input is not there. But we are very happy. The support the government is giving now is several is opening, and they know that for us to remain relevant into the future, for us to make sure that we become competitive, requires a lot of input from all the sectors. And then now we can actually stand there and demand at least Kenya to produce ABCD because you have been given enough resources to do the work you are supposed to do. We are not losing completely because you see we still have the world record. It survived narrowly. So the world record is still ours. It shows that we don't have to look at the people who have moved to other countries. We have to look at our own so that we know that we invest enough resources to develop what we have. You heard what the CS said the other day. That is a stand of the government, that they don't have to impede anybody who wants to go out of the country to compete, but we want to make sure that the ones who remain are given the opportunity to make sure that those ones are beaten. It is not, we cannot say because so and so went, because we don't know whether that person, if they had stayed here, were actually going to run the same. There's no guarantee that if they are not gone, they were going to perform the way they did. Because probably wherever they are getting even more resources and support than we are getting. simply because also wherever they go, they probably are the only ones and they get all the resources. Here, we have thousands of athletes that we sometimes even don't know what to do with them. But at the end of the day, we don't even focus on those who have got the capacity to do very well. So we need to change also, and we cannot only demand from a few. We have to demand from each one of us to contribute. We have to demand also from the Kenyans themselves. What have they done to make sure that we support our athletes? Another way that also becomes, which is very funny, is the fact that even the people who should be supporting the athletes are the ones to condemn the athletes themselves if they don't do well. I don't think any country can do that. I have never seen any other country that actually condemns and accuses their own athletes because they don't do well. But then, instead of supporting both, these are our people also, some of them are our children, we need to have them to get a shoulder to lean on when they do bad so that they can come back and do well, better than they have done before. So that attitude that we have, which is so negative at times, has to change. If we really want to succeed as a nation in sports, then we have to be pro-athletes, pro-sports, and pro-support to those who are willing to sacrifice to run for this country or to play any game for this country.